Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Friday. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. Decided to start the stream a little early today on a Friday because I was ready to go. And I was like, why do I want to sit around here for longer? But so we'll get into more of the meat of what I'm going to talk about in a little bit, because those that are waiting for 5 o'clock, I don't want to leave them out. And if you're watching this on a replay, that means you weren't here live to watch Chris Pax live. That's the beauty of the live stream, meaning you couldn't ask questions in the chat, which is the whole idea here, is you can chat with me and we can get into a little more detail of what's on your mind as well. Because I do my videos during the week, and that's good. I got my little 10 to 15 minute things I need to say just about every day. But we have fun in these live streams too. And we're looking at the Dogecoin chart here, and I'm zoomed out on the monthly, just because I can. And it gives you a little different look. But right now we have this April monthly red candle. It is not bearish engulfing from what we had in March. And so I just wanted to say, hey, it's not so bad. And again, from where we were back September, October, and this nice move up here is why we're just getting started. And we've got some others who've been doing some charting that say we're just getting started as well. Because in the grand scheme of things, we got a ways to go. And we got to have patience. Patience is important in crypto trading. If you get discouraged by a down month, then just sell and leave. Don't bitch and complain about it. I see these comments on these videos, and I'm just like, God, guys, this all takes time, and you got to weather the ups and downs, especially the downs, in order to make money on the other side. That's how this works. So be patient, patient. And it could be longer than May, Arvanaut. It could be longer than May. Because we have a ways to go. And we know how Dogecoin trades. Now, we'll talk about what could be factors for Bitcoin to actually have a good month of May trading. But as I said back in February, we had the flush, right, of these new Bitcoin spot ETFs, and Bitcoin was going up. And everyone was talking about the Bitcoin halving, and Bitcoin halving is going to be great. And what did I say? I said, after the Bitcoin halving, we're going to have a lull and dips. And that is when we should be buying. Well, here we are. Predicted by Chris Pax exactly what we're doing now. So we are we are waiting. We are patient. But yeah, I'll get into all the details and all the news and stuff in a little bit. But I just wanted to start with this chart. It's like the bigger picture. You're 74 cents up here. This is where we were in May of 2021. So the next candle after April is May of 2024. And what is that candle going to look like? What is that candle going to look like? Maximus says the sky is falling. Sell, sell, sell. Sell. Sell, sell. Right. No, we're going sideways. Look at this. It's been like 2 weeks. Sideways. Sideways. This is what sideways trading looks like. Let me drop down here in the corner here. You can see just completely sideways. And we've been doing it. This goes all the way back to the 13th of April. Sideways. And then that's when Doge dropped down below 14 cents right there. Right above me here. Right here. Yeah. So, yeah, I've been talking about choppiness for 2 weeks, Jimmy. It's choppiness. That's what we got, and we're in the chop now. Monday, that's all we talked about on the live stream. Monday was chop. And I had someone else who had made some charts showing chop, and this is going to be chop. So we got to be able to survive the chop, right? Survive the chop. Yeah, Ryan, you bought that dip. And we could see it dip down there again, just like we saw right here on the 18th. So that was just a little over a week ago. Doge dropped down to $13.99 right there. $13.99. And we could see another dip right there. So, and this was predicted. Again, I told you guys after the Bitcoin halving, right? This is going to be happening. And so here we are. Yeah, Ron, pork chop. Pork chop. Hello, Lord Drip. How are you? Welcome, D. Yeah, Ryan started early for those just joining in. Just decided, why wait till 5 o'clock? I was all set to go, and I did get my brewski here. So I'm good on a Friday. And we're going to talk about how Dogecoin is just getting started. And it's not just me saying it. Others are saying it as well. Hello, Jotka from Poland. Welcome. Good evening to you. Dee reminds everyone to hit the like button. Appreciate the support there. Thank you. Flying Tiger is in the house. Doge. Is May fully bullish? Well, we will talk in a little bit about some of the news that's coming up. There are some people who do believe, despite economic headwinds and all this other stuff going on, it could be good for crypto in May. Harris, how are you? So what I said about selling is I'm going to start, when Doge's price goes up, I'm going to start taking little bits of profits, sort of layering out. I'm not going to sell everything. If Doge is at 50 cents, I'm not selling all my Doge. And I will never sell all of my Doge. But I am going to start taking some profits because I've got a lot of Doge. And I've held a bunch of it since 2 cents, since I bought it at 2 cents over 3 years ago. And I rode it all the way up and all the way back down. That's the monthly chart that I just showed here. Let me get that back up here. This monthly chart, right? I bought it way down here at 2 cents and rode it all the way up and all the way back down through the whole bear market. Let me get this out of the way here. all the way through this bear market for 2 years, and I still have it. I've used some of it, bought some things with some of it. I did a little swing trading back here. Back in 2021, I was doing a little swing trading, but not too much. Cryptocurrency swing trading is hard. You don't know, particularly when it starts coming up and you're in a bull market. That's not the time. I think you have better luck maybe in the bear market. So maybe that's a 2026 thing I may look at, is swing trading again. But I'm going to take some profits on the way up this time, and just little bits here and there. I'll be taking some profits. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I'm never selling all of my Dogecoin. Now, all these other coins that I hold, all the other tokens, I'm going to sell all of it at the top of the bull market between late 24 into mid 2025. So a year from now, I'm probably going to be selling. That's my plan, because I am not going to hold all of my crypto through the next bear market, if there is one. But again, following the 4-year cycles, 2026 is projected to be a bear market. I am not holding all my crypto through another bear market. So that's my plan. You can have your plan, but that's my plan. Right now, though, we're in the chop and we're holding, but we are just getting started. Hey, Volks, what's up? Let's go. Trading sideways, Doge staying strong. Once Bitcoin pumps, we'll all pump. Yep. Bitcoin's going to go on a run, and I've got some news coming up. I'll show you some things that can help that. Yeah, Jimmy says it's a chop week. Channel says smash the like. Cheers, Ryan. Cheers to you. Needed that. Busy week at work this week. It was a busy week. Chop suey. Many are saying this load up in May. Could be the last time. Could be the last time. Hey, Ron. Elon on Saturday Night Live and hit Barry Silver with pillows full of books. Yeah, that was quite the thing back in 2021. That whole Elon Saturday Night Live hype, and then Dogecoin just getting shorted all to hell. But, you know, karma catches up with Barry Silbert, and Barry's not doing so well now. So that was kind of funny. What else is going on overall? The crypto bubbles. You know, WIF and Bonk, Pepe are all kind of down over the past day. Litecoin and Ethereum Classic, two proof of work cryptocurrencies, are actually in the green. And here's Doge just hanging, little chop. So that's what's going on overall in the markets. But yeah, there's a little bit more red today, but there's some green here and there. On the second page, not much different. Unless you're into Brett. So if you were chasing this Brett meme token, get out. Again, not financial advice, but get out. In fact, it just dropped into the next tier just this minute. It just dropped. Mu also seems to be coming down in this other stupid Pepe coin token thing. So yeah, let's go to the next page and we'll see what happened to good old Brett. Yeah, there it is. See, dropping even more. So Brett is in a free fall because they finally figured out that like 80% of the tokens were all controlled by the devs. So if you want to go chase these meme tokens, again, the thing is to get in early and sell, and then just sell. Don't hold. Don't think that the Brett token is going to change the world, right? Because it's not. It's just a stupid token. But You can make money on them. Again, I advise just take a small percentage of your portfolio to go chase some of these. Wow, it just disappeared again. Oh, it must have jumped back up. Yeah, it's probably up here. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, it's in free fall mode here. Free fall mode. If we go on to CoinMarketCap, you can see where this Brett token is just dropping 30% for the day. And then for the week, it's just down. So look out. This is what happens with these tokens. From, it was up here at almost 8 cents just 5 days ago, and now it's at 4 cents. So it lost half its value, just boom. So be careful out there. That's what I say. Be careful out there. With those. Doge hanging out just below 15 cents. Not doing a lot. Not doing a lot. Some of you were Robinhood holders and you were talking about not being able to buy SHIB. Well, it looks like starting next week, those in New York will be able to trade on Robinhood and get SHIB, Avalanche, and Compound. It's weird the way exchanges work in the United States is you have to get approval state by state, which is, that's what Elon is doing with X and X payments, state by state by state, right? And you have to get approvals. And Robinhood had approval for all states to be an exchange, including crypto, but for some reason, there were some cryptos that they couldn't get approved, particularly in New York. And New York has these different rules than other states, but apparently Robinhood has now gotten that approval. Of course, they stopped trading Solana, what was it, Cardano and Matic? Were those the three? I don't remember that they stopped trading because fear of the SEC designating them as securities, and they would hit Robinhood with a big fine. And Robinhood didn't want to do that, so they just delisted them themselves, which I was like, really? Why don't you just fight the SEC? But Vlad didn't want to do that. So, but yeah, starting next Wednesday, New Yorkers gain access to trade SHIB, Avalanche, and Compound on Robinhood. And yes, it was Cardano. Here it was. Cardano, Polygon, and Solana were the three that they delisted last June. So that's Robinhood. For Doge, Robinhood is still fine. In Bitcoin, if you want to buy Bitcoin on Robinhood, yes, you can. You don't actually own the coins, though. Robinhood holds them for you if you read their terms and conditions. You don't have your own wallet unless you want to start, to the Robinhood wallet, which is a different app than the Robinhood exchange. And you can transfer your stuff over, and then that wallet, you do actually have your own keys. That's a wallet, though, that does have KYC. You have to actually have your name attached to it, as opposed to a lot of these other wallets you don't, like MetaMask and others. And those are the ones the SEC is going after now, because the SEC is cracking down wherever they can. And so wallets where your name isn't attached to them, they're like, nope, we don't want you doing that. They want to see everything that you're doing, just like your bank account. You don't think they know how much money you have in your bank account here in the United States? They know exactly what you have. You can't keep a secret from them. And so with crypto, they're like, yeah, you're not going to be anonymous. You're going to have your name attached to it, and they're going to be able to see everything you have. That's the game that they want to play. Will it be successful? There's so much DeFi stuff out there. I think it'd be really hard to be able to find all of that, but that wouldn't stop them from trying. It wouldn't stop them from trying, and they're going to try. Me, since I still have one thing left on MetaMask, my old Doge stuff. Everything else was off because like my MetaMask wallet got hacked. I don't know if Trust Wallet, do you need to have your name on? I guess you don't. You don't have your name attached to Trust Wallet. So they could probably go after that. Exodus. I don't think my name is anywhere on Exodus. So that may be, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes on. But anyway, that was the first bit of news I thought was interesting. New today was on Robinhood. Another fun thing on exchanges is crypto.com. There's a new ad coming out that has M&M. M&M actually was in Detroit last night to open up the NFL draft. So M&M is out there making appearances, making some money here and there. And he is doing this crypto.com ad. Of course, we remember when Matt Damon did this a couple of years ago. Fortune favors the brave. Remember that? Well, M&M's going to make some money off of crypto.com. And you can see it on his X Twitter account. He's posted it there. And it's going to be running on TV. I don't know exactly where. He goes by Marshall Mathers, but at M&M on X. I was actually approached by crypto.com to become an affiliate with them. And I'm thinking about it. Now, they're not the best exchange. And if you've heard me rail about crypto.com, there's a challenge there with them. They don't have the best exchange for trading because they have such a wide gap between their bid and ask price that you don't get the best price, but they've got a crap ton of cryptos that you can't get on Coinbase or Robinhood. So I wanted to get some of the Bone Shiba Swap tokens, and they have them on crypto.com. So I had already had crypto.com because I had bought some Chronos just to test out the platform, and I have the Crow staked on there, and it just keeps generating new Crow, and like every 3 months I re-up by staking. It's free Crow. It's not a lot, but free crypto. And they do a credit card thing too. Still, yes, Ryan, but I don't have their credit card. I don't do that. I got enough. I've already got 2 credit cards. I don't need another one. So yeah, I may join up with them, but they've sent me a couple emails asking if I would join their team. And I think I will, just because of that it is exposure to more crypto. But I'll have to have a caveat with that, in that it's not a United States-based company. So there is a little risk there. So all I have on there is my Crow and the Bone Shiba Swap tokens. That's all I have on there. I don't have anything else. Everything else is in my Ledger wallet, my Exodus wallet, MyDoge app. I've got Doge on that. And then Coinbase and Robinhood. That's where all my crypto is split up in. So that's what's going on there. But I thought that was kind of neat. Was Eminem he's making money repping crypto.com. And then he probably got paid nice for that NFL draft appearance last night. Good for Slim Shady, right? Good for Slim Shady. Ayod, I buy Doge at 16.5 cents. Well, overall, 16.5 cents is not a bad price if you think Doge is going where you're going. Yeah, you're a little down right now at just under 15 cents. Short-term thinking, though. The bigger picture, where are we going? And I'll show a chart on that in a little bit, which is why I'm saying Dogecoin is just getting started, and others are saying it as well. The Dogecoin is just getting started, along with this whole crypto bull market is really just getting started. Will access to SHIB by New York make a difference? Not really. I don't think there's going to be enough New Yorkers that have been dying to buy SHIB on Robinhood. If they wanted to get SHIB, they probably could have found some other places to get it if they wanted it bad enough. So I don't think it's really going to make a difference. Bonk and Jasmy are on Coinbase. So Coinbase in the United States, you can buy Bonk and you can buy Jasmy. And that's where I bought those. Will the real crypto holders please stand up? That's good. Please stand up. Please stand up. Hey, maybe $1. $1 is a good target for Doge, right? A good target. So let's get into it. What's going on? Well, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin weathers turbulent April, down 11% amid tax sell-offs. So that was the first thing. In the United States, April 15th every year is when if you owe taxes to the government, they're due on that day. And if you've been waiting until April 15th to pay your taxes and you had a bunch of cash sitting in Bitcoin or other cryptos and they were all going up, you wanted to wait until that last minute to sell to pay your tax for 2023. So a number of analysts think that crypto was down a bit in April because of that. Gold surge. Yeah, and that gold surge came about because of Iran, sending 300 missiles toward Israel and all this fear of like World War III. And so we had some selling of the riskier assets like Bitcoin, other cryptos. And then they go and they buy gold. They buy gold. So that's what that gold surge is. And then that was on the back of these geopolitical tensions. So that's kind of the overview of why April is a red month. The Bitcoin halving, there has been some capitulation or selling of Bitcoin by miners. So that's why many thought that, like myself, that after the Bitcoin halving, we would see some selling and there'd be dips in the crypto market, would be a good buying opportunity. And that's what we're having right now. And we look at the Bitcoin chart here on the 4-hour, and you'll see kind of interesting that, there was a little bit the day before the halving There was a dip and then buying right back up. And most of that dip and buying up was flushing out longs, squeezing shorts. So there was kind of that manipulation going on. But then going into the Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin actually traded kind of down. After the halving, we saw a little excitement and then back down. So it's just choppiness here. There wasn't a huge lead up to the Bitcoin halving of excitement. It just kind of was like, not a whole lot. So, and now here we are post-halving, and again, it's choppiness. Choppiness for Bitcoin, choppiness for Dogecoin. That's just what we have. So that's where we are now. So why is the Bitcoin price not soaring? What is going on? I thought all these institutions were going to be buying all this Bitcoin and the Bitcoin price was going to be up over 100,000 already. Nope. Nope, that's not how the markets work, and we're a little ahead of ourselves. Typically, Bitcoin wouldn't even reach its all-time high in a new cycle until after the halving. And we actually saw it this cycle before the halving, mostly off the backs of those Bitcoin spot ETFs, which maybe prematurely bought Bitcoin's price up higher than it normally would have been. So that makes sense. But what's now needed for a rise? And why isn't the Bitcoin price rebounding to a new all-time high? Why isn't that happening yet? Well, since the beginning of March, Bitcoin had been around 60K, and it went up to a record high of 73.7 on March 14th. So that was that premature new all-time high that we had. But since then, Bitcoin actually fell below 60K into the 59,500 range. The market has already absorbed two important upside catalysts, Bitcoin ETF approvals and the halving. Interest rate cut expectations have been postponed. And according to some, the Fed may not cut interest rates until 2025 now. So we're battling this economy. Inflation hasn't subsided. In fact, it's starting to go back up. The Fed isn't doing anything with interest rates right now. Mortgage rates have gone back up. So the economy is not doing great. We also see in the stock market some pullback happening in the stock market. So there's a little jittery going on. Again, that leads to the choppiness. But you're like, hey, Kriss, that shouldn't affect Bitcoin, shouldn't affect crypto. Well, it does. There is crossover in investors and traders who just follow markets. So we had that. So what could be a catalyst? Well, Arthur Hayes from BitMEX, he's saying, don't look at the Fed. The Fed, they have nothing to do with it. He's saying, look at the U.S. Treasury and what the U.S. Treasury does. As expected, tax receipts added roughly $200 billion to the U.S. Treasury general account. Forget about the May Fed meeting. Refunding announcement comes out next week. What games will Yellen play? Stop issuing treasuries by running down this Treasury general account to zero. That's $1 trillion injection of liquidity, is what Arthur says. Shift more borrowing to T-bills. Removes money from the reverse repurchase agreement. That's $400 billion injection of liquidity. So it's all about liquidity. That's what Arthur's saying. That is what's going to move the market in May. And that will be coming next week. And we'll be hearing about that. Now, most of you don't understand all of this stuff. It's the money stuff, the treasury. What does that have to do with anything? Well, it does. There's a lot of big traders who do trade based on liquid markets. That's why we saw that huge trading in 2021 when the government was just printing money, right? And there's just a ton of liquidity coming in the market. So this could help. There are fears of stagflation could hit though. So it's a precarious kind of balance that we are in May. So tough to see right now what the overall May outlook is going to be. But next week, I'll put a video out and I'll be doing my May forecast and we'll take a look at that. Bitcoin entering most likely 2 weeks for a new price dip. Bitcoin market inertia is dragging on. BTC price drop over the next fortnight, 2 weeks, would correspond to classic post-halving behavior. So again, what are the miners going to do? Are they still going to be battling? The hash rate is at all-time highs, the Bitcoin hash rate. A lot of competition for half the Bitcoin award. Now, the fees have gone up, partially because of runes, partially because of other activity on the network. So the fees are up. But the miners can't always count on the fees, and the fees may not always be as high as they are right now. So, just like I predicted a couple months ago, following the Bitcoin halving, we're going to have choppiness. We're going to have some dips in the market, and that's where we are. That's just where we are. But next week, Hong Kong approves first wave of spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs for trading. And this is going to start now on Tuesday. Tuesday in Hong Kong. People are going to be able to start buying Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. Now, this isn't open up for the whole country of China. This is Hong Kong. The Chinese retail investors aren't able to buy these. But I don't know how open this actually is. But there is a chance next week that we could see a lot of Asian money coming into Bitcoin and ETH, because the companies that are holding these ETFs need to have, in a spot ETF, they need to have the underlying asset in custody somewhere. So they need to be buying. So that's coming up. So right now, May is looking like a mixed month. There's some good things that are happening, and there's some not so good things happening. And they're kind of going to battle each other, which is why it's going to be choppiness. Just like I said on Monday. You guys were here on Monday. It was like chop, chop, chop. We're going to have chop suey in May. It's going to be chop suey, yes. So what does that mean for Doge? Well, right now, where Doge is, what can traders expect? Doge is still the 8th largest cryptocurrency, clearly ahead of Toncoin, but a ways to go to catch XRP. And it's choppiness. It is definitely choppiness here. And that's what we've had for the past couple weeks. It's just pure choppiness. So in the shorter term, we're between like 14.7 and 15.1. That's a short-term view. But again, I say we're right below 15 cents. That's kind of where we are right now. And that's it. So holding 10,000 Doge could make you a millionaire? No, but Crypto Analyst does show that there is this Dogecoin is just getting started post. Dogecoin is just getting started. And what is this? This is zooming out. And we're looking at days after the halving when Dogecoin reaches a high. That if you follow the trend that's happened the last two cycles, this cycle, we could see Dogecoin, if it's the same percentage, I mean, it's $27 Dogecoin that they're identifying. Now, I'm not a believer in the $27 thing at all. Not this cycle, anyway. But that's what they said. Target price $27, next all-time high. Similar pattern in play now as previous years, possibly more volatility, which it could have come like adoption on X, let's say through Stripe. I talked about that in the video this morning, if you saw that. Markets are moving faster, and the 4-year cycle might get shorter and shorter as the gains come faster than long bear markets. Possible top could be this October 2024 for Dogecoin. And we could see that if there's some huge catalyst, and I always talked about this fall, right? Fall of 2024 was looking like that could be the big run. Things are lining up that could actually be the case. And I know we're back here in April and you're like, oh, how come the price of Doge isn't going up? Patience. So I said at the very beginning here, patience. These things are going to take time. They have to sort of unwind everything, get everything in place, and then we go to the moon. So what is going to happen with hyper Bitcoinization? Is Bitcoin going to go on some crazy run? That'll move the markets. But we know with Doge moves best when it has its own catalyst, its own thing. And again, I'm piecing all the dots together, and all the dots to me point to something big coming. End of the summer, early fall, particularly for Dogecoin. And we just have to wait for it to come out. We just have to wait. But then we've got Kev Capital. In all of Dogecoin's bull cycles, it has never failed to meet or surpass the 1.6 macro fib extension measured from previous bull market highs to bear market lows. The current 1.6 fib sits at $3.80. $3.80, right up here. So Kevin says, while I think this can be more difficult to achieve than previous cycles due to market cap and capital saturation through thousands of other coins, it has to be recognized as a possible outcome based on historical performance. Other notable price targets for Doge based on historical performance, 95-cent Doge, and then $1.35 for potential bull cycle. Of course, Justin says, hey, let's get to 25 cents first. Some think, nope, it will surpass the 1.6 fib. Elon said $1 trillion, so it will be $7 to $10 at the peak. I don't remember Elon ever saying Doge would be worth $1 trillion, but we've had these past two cycles where we had these long, triangles or descending wedges. Each time it broke out, and we're just starting to break out now. Of course, this went back to 6 months ago, but you have to look at the bigger picture where we're talking about bull runs that last more than a year. And that would be extended out toward the end of 2024. And so that's what this chart is showing. So this run that Doge has had from 6 cents up to 15 cents from last October to now is Doge just getting started. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm waiting for. And it's going to take patience to get there. And I know we don't like to see 14.9 cent Dogecoin. We want this to get going. It's going to take a little while. Prost. Hey, Michael. Cheers. Joshua says, I'm probably going to sell when you sell your Kriss DCA. Top of the market, right? We'll see whether it comes in 2024 or 2025. But that's going to be it. Kriss. Sup, Jason? Fire Legend says, this is not financial advice, but Dogecoin is money in the future. We like to think it's money. Of course, the U.S. government will never see it as money, but it's a commodity, not a security, as far as I'm concerned. Futures trading starting on Monday. Coinbase Futures. It's a commodity. SEC can't change that. They have nothing to do with it. It's the CFTC, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Doge is a commodity. What's the exit strategy? Poker Robot asks. We're going to be talking about that later in the summer into the fall. Right now, we got to get the bull market back in gear. There's no exit strategy right now. Why does Elon Musk not talk about Doge? He will when the time is right, I think. He's been giving lots of little hints, though. A lot of little hints along the way. Someone asked him last month at the Giga Berlin factory, Tesla, when are you going to accept Dogecoin for a Tesla car? And then he could have just given like a 2-second answer, but he didn't. He went on for like 30 seconds about Dogecoin. Didn't actually say yes, but he did say he's thinking about it. So that's a good sign. Kriss, I like that channel. That's good. So Joshua was saying that this Kriss DCA portfolio, for those that don't know what that is, that's this portfolio, which is now at $24,000. I put $10,000 of my money into this last summer, and we bought crypto together, including 75,000 Dogecoin. This 75,000 Dogecoin has an average buy price of 0.0617, so just over 6 cents. So we're 142% in profit. Just getting started, though. It is not time to sell this, not at all. The goal is to sell all of this other crypto except the Dogecoin at the top of the bull market, and then I will be giving out this Dogecoin to you guys. You will be getting this Dogecoin from me. So if Joshua says, hey, as soon as I say that we're selling all this, he's going to sell his crypto. Well, Josh, you make your decision. I won't hit the top exactly right, but we'll be talking about it along the way. That we will definitely do. So for those that want to be part of this Dogecoin giveaway, you need to join my channel. Now, subscribing is good. Appreciate that. But you need to join my channel. My join button actually came up when I did this. It's not here right now. But I do have a link in the description below if you want to join. But definitely subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. That always helps the channel as well. Appreciate it. And of course, give the stream a like, all of that. Yeah, David, I don't see $1 Doge this summer. Too soon. I see choppiness this summer. Bitcoin may go on a run based on these Hong Kong ETFs, or something else that comes along. But right now, I'm not expecting that. I think it's going to take a little longer than that. I know that's not what you guys want to hear. You want to hear it's all going to go up and we're all going to be rich. I would love to say that. But you guys come here and listen to me to get my view of what's really going on, not all the hopium out there. So that's why we're here, right? Doge to $1.40 US, incoming around May 4th to 9th. Well, Joseph, I appreciate that you have such conviction in your prediction that this is exactly what's going to happen. But no. Too soon for that, in my opinion. If Doge started going on a run up to $1.40 between May 4th and May 9th, we will be partying. We will definitely be partying, and that will be awesome. But the timeline just doesn't fit right. Not yet. Yeah, Doge is not going to 10x in 2 weeks. Hey, Johnny, would it be the wrong play to skim profits off Doge when it goes on the bull run, put the profits into alts? Or are alts going to go up the same time as Doge? So there are some who believe, and that I think it was on one of these as well, that was it this one or was it this one? Yeah, this one could be, this run could happen sooner. And if that does happen, then we could have alts. When is altcoin season coming? And so we could have a run on Doge first, and then you may be able to skim your profits of Doge and put them into some of those late running altcoins. That could be a strategy. So something to consider. I'm not going to be playing that game. I'll be booking my profits when it's time for each one. When I sell Doge, I'm booking the profit and I'm putting that profit aside for the rest of the cycle. That's how I'm playing it when it happens. Yellow, yup, candles. The umbrellas, they make it so easy. Okay. Dogecoin. Christian from Hollywood Beach. I enjoyed my week down in South Florida last week. That was awesome. Ready to relaunch to the moon. Low roller. What happened to my Boston team in the NBA? They got spanked by Miami. Not surprising. We'll see what happens tomorrow night, whether they learn anything. I don't think Joe Mazzulla is the best coach. And he's getting out-coached by Spoelstra, the Miami coach. And Boston could be in trouble. That could happen. We'll see. That's why you play the games, right? That's why you have a series, too. Will the Celtics actually change up their defensive strategies and pressure Miami on the three-point line? And will Miami already be thinking, if that happens, then this is what we're going to do, and they're going to beat them on the inside? We'll see. Mr. USA, Nervous about the 44.6%. What's the point of buying anything in the stock market if the government is going to take 44.6 of your profits plus state? So I knew this question was going to come up. Biden capital gains. So this is in the United States, a proposal of 44.6%. Comes with caveats and asterisks. So for you, Mr. USA, I will ask you two questions. First, do you have taxable income above $1 million in a year? This is not including investment. This is your income. Is your income over $1 million? If it's not, then this doesn't apply to you. And your investment income has to be over $400,000. So both of those things need to be true for this 44.6% long-term capital gains rate. I'm not making $1 million a year. That's not my adjusted gross income, is not $1 million a year. So even if I sold $1 million worth of crypto, it would not be subject to this 44.6. So again, you got to look at the details, and most people just see the headlines. They don't look at the details. This is a tax the rich thing that the Democrats are doing because most of the wealthy people aren't voting for the Democrats anyway. So they're just trying to get votes, is what this is about. So I'm not worried about this. And even though I'm going to be making a lot of profit and we'll probably be paying some pretty hefty capital gains taxes, it's not going to be 44%. So, and I don't think you're making $1 million, Mr. USA. So this won't apply to you. Plus, right now, it's just a line in a proposed budget. And they spend like months going over the budget before it gets approved. And it's not going to survive. Plus, most likely, the Republicans are going to win. And they'll undo everything the Democrats did. So that's what I see happening. But I see this in this article, and I did want to, anyone who was questioning this 44.6% capital gains tax, that's the real deal. Ryan says, smash that like. Low Roller says, Dogecoin will pump in November. I think so too. Sometime between September and November. Hey, Nate, how are you? Are you able to post your videos directly to X and YouTube simultaneously without violating content creator agreements? Then Doge could be sent via X at the top of the bull market. So I'm not going to be posting my videos directly to X. I'm just doing it here on YouTube. I know there are other creators who do that. I'm not interested in that. I'm just doing my videos just here on YouTube. You got to come here. I haven't figured out, though, exactly the best way to send everybody Dogecoin. It'd be great to be able to do it right through X if that's possible. I don't know if that's going to even happen. Most likely, it's just going to be a wallet-to-wallet transfer. I'll be asking you to give me your Doge wallet address, and I will just send from my MyDoge wallet to you. And it'll just be individual wallet-to-wallet transfers. That's how that's going to work. And I can verify that the addresses are actually your address, and somebody's not saying, hey, I'm Nate, this is my address, and it's not really you, because I'm going to do it all through YouTube, and I have your YouTube name in the membership. And nobody can fake your name when they send me your Dogecoin wallet address. So I'm keeping all of that here on YouTube. So all of this So all of this Doge that's here that I'll be giving out, I'll be getting your information right through YouTube because you're a member in YouTube. And I already have your YouTube address. So that's how I'm going to do it and make sure that I don't get any fake addresses or someone claiming they are somebody they're not. So that's the plan there, Nate. But yeah, I'm not posting my videos or doing any, simultaneous live streams on X versus YouTube. I just do that here. But thanks for asking. I know, Armando, you don't want to hear the truth, but it's the truth. Dogecoin's not going to be $1 next month. Sorry. Got to live with reality, though. Oh, Joshua, thank you. Not expecting me to hit the top. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try and hit the top. We'll see how close I get. Joseph, it doesn't feel that way now for sure. I agree. Bitcoin halving usually brings surprise. Pump? Nope, it doesn't. And I had showed in previous videos that on previous halvings, there weren't big pumps immediately after the halving. They're all delayed. There was always choppiness and then a pump. And that has happened the last 2 cycles. So we're in the chop phase now. It's choppiness. And we talked about this on Monday. Choppy, choppy, choppy. We're in the chop zone now. Armando, you only need 100,000 Dogecoin. And if Dogecoin goes to $1, then you have $100,000. For those that have 1 million Dogecoin, if Dogecoin goes to $1, then you're a millionaire in Dogecoin. That'd be cool. Coffee AI asking about sheep. Is it going to take off soon? Well, I'm ready for it to take off whenever it wants to take off. But again, I just don't see it happening until late summer or early fall. That's when I think all of this is really going to happen. Crypto, it tends to take summers off. We don't see these huge runs. And now we did see Dogecoin in 2021, early May, right? Just 3 years ago, Dogecoin at this moment was going on a crazy run. But that was all the hype behind Elon and, Elon, his upcoming appearance on Saturday Night Live, all of that. That was craziness. The rest of the crypto market was actually going down when Dogecoin was rocketing up. And then that started to bring other cryptos actually start to come up. And that was all on the backs of Doge because Doge was going crazy. Yeah, that's not happening this time. Not right now. Eventually it will, but not right now. You're welcome. We'll be fine with Doge. That's right. If Miami beats the Boston Celtics in the first round, there's going to be a lot of people wanting Joe Mazzulla to get fired as the head coach of the Boston Celtics. They're too good of a team to lose in the first round of the playoffs to Miami. So, yeah. Everything in life is a gamble, Zippy says. Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze, hodling through, hoping for a super cycle. We don't know what's going to happen. The future is unknown. I'm betting on cycles continuing. I'm betting on the bull market into at least half of 2025, and then the market turning bear through 2026. So I will be liquidating most of my crypto before like halfway through 2025. I'm going to be out. Now I'll still have Doge, and I'll still have some Bitcoin that I'm not going to get rid of just in case there's a super cycle. But the rest of it, I'm booking profits after this next big altcoin run. I'm booking the profits this time. Not going to be holding it all through another bear market, if indeed that happens. If it's a super cycle, great. If I miss out on a super cycle and crypto keeps going higher, so be it. I'll still have some in the game, though. I'll still have some Bitcoin, and I'll still have some Doge. But right now, my goal is I'm looking at real estate and doing something on the real estate front. If we get this bull market back in gear, if it just goes sideways for the next year and Dogecoin is still at 15 cents, I'm not going to have a bunch to buy real estate with. So we'll see. You think Mr. USA is making $1 million? Okay, but income is not over $1 million. So if I sell my Doge for 1.5 million, what would be the new capital gains? It's the same as it is now, because that's not on the investment side. The $1 million limit is only if your income is over $1 million. So your if you have held that Doge for over a year, your long-term capital gains tax will be a combination of what the IRS, what the Fed charges, which is like, I don't know, 15%, and then what the state charges, which is, 4 to 10%, depending on what state you're in. But it's a lot less. Let's call it 20% total. It might be 20%, which is less than the short term, which is like 35%. I mean, that like 15% difference is huge. Huge difference between short term and long term, which is why now I'm all in the game for long term. I'm not selling my crypto till I've held it for at least a year. Now, the only thing I'm buying now is Dogecoin. And the Doge that I buy now, as I buy more on dips, is going to be long term. And that Doge I'm not selling. But the Doge I already have, most of which I have already owned for over a year, is all long-term capital gains when I sell it. So I don't have to worry about that short-term capital gains tax anymore on mine. Now, if you guys are buying a bunch of Doge here and you sell it this fall, then you'll be paying the higher capital gains tax here in the United States. Other countries do other things, but that's how the US does it here. And nice that you spent time Siesta Key. I love Siesta Key. I didn't go over there this time. I was on the East Coast. Mars, how are you? In the future, if we pay with Doge, how does the taxes work? Well, it's the same as selling. Unfortunately, you're going to have to keep track of the Doge that you use to buy things with. It's a commodity, and a commodity has it has a worth, right? So, yeah, if you use your Doge to buy a Tesla car, let's say $40,000 worth of Doge, but you bought that Doge when it was only, say, 20,000, right? Then that $20,000 difference you're going to have to pay a tax on. But you're getting that Tesla car for a lot less than you would if you had paid cash. So I'll take that deal anytime. I'll take that deal anytime, because it's probably going to be more of a difference between when you bought the Doge and when you spent it. It could be 5 times, 10 times. I mean, Doge is 15 cents now. If Doge went to $1.50, That's 10 times the buying power. So that means if you bought that Tesla, let's say it's worth $40,000, all it would have taken you is $4,000 today for a $40,000 car. Now you'll have to pay a tax on that $36,000 of profit. Yes. But that's still better than paying $40,000 for a Tesla cash. $4,000 and then plus the tax on that profit. But then there's other games you can play in that year, right, to offset that tax, right? Other things you can do. So I use an accountant. My accountant knows what I do. And he helps me out a lot. Saves me a lot of money every year. I thought I was going to have to be paying a lot of tax this year based on the crypto trading I did in 2023. We evened it all out to almost zero. So sometimes paying, $600 to $800 for an accountant. And I only do that also because I've got 2 side businesses that make money every year. And he does the taxes for that all in that same fee. That's well worth it. Well worth it for me. But that's what I do. In some universe, Doge hits $1 next month. Why not this one? Yeah. A lot of people are saying a top in July or August for Bitcoin. I haven't heard one person say that. Not a one. Nope. It's all longer terms. Longer terms. Let's go to Twitter and let's look at mags. Following Wyckoff. Following that. Here's his from 4 hours ago. So again, looking at 2 previous cycles, up to 2017, up to 2020, and now to 2024. We're nowhere near the peak, and it's not happening this summer. It's later on, later into 2024, maybe even 25. And every chart that these guys show on Bitcoin is always 2025, next all-time high for Bitcoin. This time it's different, might be a little accelerated. So it might be fall of 2024 instead of spring or fall of 2025. We don't know. That's going to be a challenge, but wow. Again, I predicted 200,000. His peak comes up to almost 250,000, but somewhere in there for Bitcoin. When it gets up there, I'm going to be like, yeah, take my profit. Because we don't know what's going to happen. Could I miss out on gains? Sure. But maybe I'll have booked enough. That'll be a good problem to have. When is Doge going to recover? Jose asks. Choppiness. We're in choppiness right now. And I think it's going to go on for a little while. Earlier in the stream, I talked about a couple potential catalysts for crypto in May. I'll be reviewing those again next week when I do my May Dogecoin price prediction video, which will be the middle of next week. I'll be putting that out and we'll talk about it. Ryan says Boston to win. I say Denver to win. Denver, Boston in the finals, and Denver wins. That's my prediction. The Bucks are playing now. Still no Giannis, so that could be tough. Louise, how are you? Try to buy at a decent price for you and be ready for a long run for big profits. Invest in educating yourself to do what you like. Do good every day. Yeah, how about that draft yesterday, low roller? Michael Penix to the Falcons when they had already signed Kirk Cousins to this huge $100 million deal. And they pick a quarterback in the first round, pick number 8. They had so many other needs. A defense. They could have had a great top defensive lineman. So I see why Kirk Cousins and his agent are upset. They're like, this team has so many needs. Why pick a quarterback that's going to sit on the bench? Kind of interesting. That shook things up, though, and the draft needed that. Otherwise, it was just going to be this kind of regular blah, blah, blah. The Don says, what if I held for 1 year on Robinhood, but Coinbase for only a couple months? Is that still long-term? Well, you can sell what you hold on Robinhood and you can continue to hold what you have on Coinbase. You could do that. But if you sell that Coinbase Doge that you've only held for a couple months, that'll be a short-term capital gains on that Doge. But the Doge that you sell on Robinhood will be long-term capital gain. The form has 2 sections, short and long. And you pay more tax on the short. Dogecoin to the moon. Richard, we're just getting started and it'll get there. Whatever you think the moon is. And we do have money printing going on, yes, which leads to more inflation, yes. And so you would expect crypto prices to go up compared to the US dollar because that's inflating. Just don't compare it to the Japanese yen because the yen is still going down. Still going down. Leo, you're from Denver? Yeah. Got a good team. Got the best player in the league. I don't think we can beat you. Ryan's laughing at Penix. There were some mentalists in the McAfee show right up before the Penix pick. He said things were about to get shaken up. Somebody knew. Somebody knew something was going on. Somebody always knows. Coinbase, Doge Futures. Yep. I showed that in my video this morning. There were some big whale transfers going on. They were all Coinbase. Coinbase was moving their Doge around, getting it all in place for the Doge Futures, which will start trading on Monday. So it's not going to affect the Doge price. It's just going to allow you to do futures trading on Coinbase. I don't think it's going to have any difference in the price of Dogecoin. It's just that next step that makes Dogecoin a more legitimate investment, right? It's just not a joke anymore. Doge is just not a joke anymore. Low Roller asks, what happened if you transfer your whole Dogecoin for 1 year, then transfer to Coinbase? Does it count long-term capital gains? If you don't sell it and you're just transferring it from a wallet to an exchange or back or whatever, that's not the same as selling. So your original buy date is still intact. It's not until you actually sell it back to fiat or you swap it for another crypto like Bitcoin or USDT or anything. That's the same as selling. And that's when that's what they call a taxable event, is that. Yeah, and if you use Doge to buy theta, that's a taxable event on your Doge, because you're not really exchanging it, right? It's a swap, and so then you need to and then your profit on Doge is taxable when you do that. I'm not a theta holder. Never really got into theta. Jamal Murray's awesome. That was a good draft, a good pick when they drafted him out of Kentucky. He's a good player and plays really well with Jokic. So Johnny asks, what if you kept your Doge in a private wallet for more than a year, then moved to Robinhood? How does that affect? Again, transferring doesn't change your buy date. So if you initially bought it in Robinhood, let's say in March of 2023, now here we are in April of 2024, it's been over a year, but you transferred that Doge from Robinhood or Coinbase or whatever exchange into a wallet, let's say Ledger. Those transfers don't reset any dates. It's the date when you bought it. And then when you eventually sell it or swap it for Bitcoin or some other crypto, that's when you have to calculate whether it's been 1 year or not since you bought it. So I've got this spreadsheet that I use, which is all of the crypto that we bought for the Kriss DCA portfolio. And this is how I track my crypto purchases. I've got another spreadsheet that's all my personal crypto. But we were DCAing like every 3 times a week. We were buying Doge in August, September, and then here we were in October where I bought 14,000 Doge at 0.0588 cents. That was the rest of what I had in cash because Doge dipped down below 6 cents. And it's just like, I'm just going to spend it all here because I think that's the low. And it ended up being just about the low. But I have all of this on a spreadsheet now of all the dates where I bought all this crypto. Not only Doge, but the Jasmine, the Bitcoin, XRP, Matic, ETH, Algorand, Litecoin, Sheeb, and Render. So I have all the dates. I have it on a spreadsheet. And so I know then when eventually sell. Now, Coinbase does log all of this as well, but because I buy on different exchanges, including a lot that I used to buy on Binance.us. Binance US never, they would send you like a CSV form, and it was like impossible to read. It was always just easier for me just to log each purchase. And it's a pain in the ass, right? I make a crypto purchase. I got to go to my spreadsheet. I got to put it in. Yeah, that's a pain. But it's a peace of mind knowing I have all of it logged. I've got it all logged. I know exactly when I bought what. And then when I sell, it's the first in, first out. So I wouldn't think about selling any of this Doge till at least July of 2024. So I hold it for at least a year. And that's how I do it, is these spreadsheets. And then here are the columns, percent gain and profit. Like those will all fill in once I sell. But I haven't sold that yet. But that's what I do. And thank you, Ryan, for saying that's why you use a spreadsheet, right? You got to keep a spreadsheet. And I know spreadsheets are a pain in the butt and all that, but It's the best way to keep records. Now, if all you do is buy and sell on Robinhood, and that's the only exchange you use, then you have all of that data online. And you can just look in your Robinhood account and you can see when you made all your purchases. And then they will even do your 1099 forms for you for your tax when you eventually sell. But since I buy on multiple exchanges, I've just always used spreadsheets. Yes, Ryan, I do have my spreadsheet template. I had it posted on Patreon before. And right now, that's kind of the only way I can really distribute it is through Patreon. Let me think about that. The capital gains for short-term in the United States depends on what state you live in. It's different in each state. It can be up to like 37% between Fed and state combined together. Or long-term is like maybe 20 at the most. You know, that 15+% difference is a lot of money if you're talking about big profits. That's a lot of money. Am I going to sell live? I don't know, Matt. We'll see. That'll be a lot. That'll be a lot going on at the time if I'm selling crypto during a live stream. I may not. I don't know. I don't know yet. But maybe. Hey, Leo, Kriss, about layering out. I started buying Doge in January at 8 cents, been buying ever since, up to 17 cents. In your opinion, is 35 cents still a good target to layer out? And this is 35 cents is my first line where I will be selling a small part of my crypto. That's just my plan once Doge is over 35 cents. So it may be 38 cents or 40. I mean, it's some number, right? That's what I see happening on the charts. And I think that's a good time to say, okay, I'm going to take some profit here. So that's what I'm doing. Hope we can hit 60 cents. $2 would be a nice surprise, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice? Gene, I will be doing a May Dogecoin price prediction video next week. So I can't answer your question right now. Next week. That will be next week. What else is going on? Yeah, on X, it's like, hello there, I'm stuck. Right around 15 cents, just chilling. That's Dogecoin. That's it right there. That's what I posted today. It's like, just chilling. I'm stuck. Yesterday, I posted the FBI public service announcement for those that are interested in what the alert on cryptocurrency is to United States citizens. The FBI. Why the FBI is involved, I don't know. And then there was some chatter about the burnt hair fragrance that Elon had made back in October of 2022. And so I went and I found an image of that old tweet and all about that, because that was kind of a fun thing. Someone else was, who was it? It was James, Invest Answers. He had mentioned it or posted something about it. And I was like, yeah, I should post this just as a reminder that there was this fragrance based on Elon's flamethrower thing that he had. And it was a joke about burnt hair and the singe kind of smell. And it was kind of a joke, like I should make this as a fragrance. And everybody said, yeah, you should do it, Elon. And he actually made it. And he put it up for sale on the Boring Company website. And you could buy it with Dogecoin. And there's a number of people in the Doge community who bought this thing using Dogecoin. It's sold out very quickly. I don't know if it's worth anything or not today. I have no idea. But you can't buy it today. It was all sold out. But Elon said October 12th, 2022, and you can pay with Doge. And he had that Dogecoin checkout there. So a lot of people don't know that story, but that was it right there. Burnt hair fragrance. These things Elon does just keeps it fun though, right? It keeps it fun. Is the success of Doge all on Elon? Louis asks. I think what we've seen so far this year is, these gains that Doge has had this year is not on the backs of Elon. Elon hasn't done anything. And Dogecoin has doubled in price. So it's not all on Elon. We think eventually the big gains, the huge gains that can come would be from Elon. But it's not all on Elon. What percentage of your coin count do you feel makes sense to take off the table with each target level? Tedward, I'm going to start with like 10%, maybe some small percentage at 35, because I think Dogecoin's going to go much higher. So I don't want to take like 50% off at what could end up being a low price. But I'm going to take some and just see how it goes from there. Tats, you got the burnt hair fragrance? Did you really? Awesome. And the cyber whistle. Hey, I got the cyber whistle too. I bought a cyber whistle with Dogecoin. And it was a time when the Dogecoin price was pretty high. So I didn't have to spend as much Dogecoin for this as people did after I bought it, because the Dogecoin price was going down at the time. So I got this at a good price. But yeah, I got my cyber whistle with Doge. Again, just a cool thing to have. Nice little box. Tesla cyber whistle. Is it a useful thing? It's a fun thing though. And it didn't cost me a lot of Dogecoin. So I got it. Fun. I'm seeing the burnt hair being sold from between $40 and $100. Really? Is that right? That's funny. I guess there's a secondary market for it, right? Hello to Thailand, Edmund. You retired from Doge 4 years ago. Oh, well, no, you still have a few 100,000. Okay, so you're still in the game. Hopefully Doge goes to $1 for you. And for me, and for all of you too. We want Doge to go up, obviously. Let's go. Let's go, Doge. Meanwhile, we look at like CoinMarketCap, and here's Doge at 8th. Just hanging out. Let me refresh this, just make sure I got the right numbers here. Yeah. $21.5 billion market cap for Dogecoin. Still top 10 cryptocurrency after all this time, after all these years. Doge is still there. It's not going anywhere. When it overtakes XRP again, because it did back in 2021, when it does it again, That's going to be a great day. That's going to be a great day. I'm going to love it. And then it'll pass USDC and it'll be 6th, and then it's going to have its eyes set on Solana. That's going to be awesome when Doge starts running. Cardano's still down here at number 10. Now someone asked Sheeb, can Sheeb go to 001? 001, just 2 zeros, was that it? Was that 2 zeros? Yeah, 2 zeros. RW asked that. 001. So let's see if we can get to 0001 first. Because that would be an all-time high for Sheeb, just to get to 0001, 3 zeros and a 1. That would be an all-time high. But then to drop yet another 0, that would be huge. I just don't see, there's so many Sheeb. I mean, look at how many Sheeb there are. There's so many Sheeb tokens that price is, that's out there. So no, I don't think we will see 001, but 0001, yes. Sheep can run to that. Other memes have not been doing well. If we go to categories and we select the memes, we can see which ones are doing well. There's some ERC20 thing up huge. The first YouTube cat called Pajamas. Kanye West. Wrecked. Here's Super Trump. The Doge Mob. Popcat. But which ones are down? Brett. Yeah, we were looking at Brett earlier. Brett is down big. Never Saw. Apu, Kibo, Sheeb, Duco, Pups. Pups is down. Mew is down. So, yeah, you got to be careful with the memes. Got to be careful with the memes. And Dogecoin is exactly where it was when I started the stream. It's just doing nothing. Chop. This is the choppiness of the chop here. So that's what we have on a Friday night. Look, Floki. I don't know what Floki's doing. What's Floki doing? Haven't looked at it in a while. 00018. 4-hour chart. And it came up a little bit from the dip down here at 12. Now it's at 18. But bigger picture, it's been sideways since it went up this big run back here in March. Zoom out to the weekly and you can see the bigger picture of, well, this one doesn't have the whole history. But don't know what it's going to do. Do not know. And we will see for Doge. X payments, Louis, that's what we're waiting for. Absolutely. All right, gang, I'm going to call it a stream. Thanks for stopping in. Again, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Give the stream a like, of course. Leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay. Always read the comments. Some of you still think Doge is dropping to 4 cents. I don't see that happening. So, yeah, if you set your Doge limit order buy too low, you'll just be sitting there with cash or Tether or whatever, just sitting on the exchange, and it'll be inflating away and you won't be in the game. So be careful with that. We'll have a video coming out on the weekend, and I'll be live again Monday, 5 o'clock. So I hope everyone has a good evening, good weekend. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.